My name is Khandy. Thank you so much for coming and watching another video. This one is going to be about post-adoption, and I'm going to talk about three things: birth certificate, passport, social security card. I'm going to talk about social security card really fast and just kind of brush over it. So the social security card, when the baby is born, birth mom is, and again, this could be different. It could be different for everybody. But birth mom is, she signed something at the hospital. She's given a social security number. She's given a social security card that comes in the mail. After that adoption is finalized, you can go ahead and you can change that social security number if you want. You just have to go down to the social security office with that adoption decree and that birth certificate with your name on it, your husband's name on it, proof of your ID, and they will give you a brand new social security card if that's what you want. It is up to you. You can do that, or you can just keep the original one that the child has. It is completely up to you. I don't think a lot of people know that that's an option, but that is an option for you to do. So go ahead and jot that down. That social security card, social security number. You can legally change that number on that card. Birth certificate. Once the adoption is finalized, in a previous video, I talked about, I will leave the link below. I talked about adoption decrees. You need to make sure that you need to go down to your local courthouse and you need to request to have a few more adoption decrees. And that is because you're going to have to go and order new birth certificates with your name on it, the baby's new name on it if you have changed the baby's first name. And I know that you have given them your last name. So you will need to get the baby a new birth certificate. The way that we had to do that was we went online and we had to go to Vital Records. It might be like that for everywhere. Vital Records might just be like a universal thing. I'm not sure. But our child was born in Tennessee. And so we went on to Vital Records, and then this is kind of what, again, keep records of everything. Literally this was over a year and a half ago, and I still have the same folders and everything. So Vital Records, this is exactly what the application is gonna look like, right? You're gonna fill it out, then you're gonna get a receipt, right? You want to make sure that you're doing it right. I did it wrong. I found that out later, right? Because I had to call because things were taking so long. And I say that I had to call because things were taking so long because we had already booked an international trip to Europe. And I needed to get her birth certificate because I needed to get her passport. And when I called, the gentleman said, well, I see that you sent in the application, but we didn't get a copy of the adoption decree. And I said, well, on your website, it didn't say that you needed the adoption decree. And he was like, well, we need the adoption decree. So I had to go back in, physically fill one out, not do the one online, physically fill one out. They didn't make me send in a new check because they already had the check that I sent in. And, so I had to send in a copy of the real adoption decree with the seal on it, and then the application that I sent in. And then I actually typed this up. Like I typed this up and I said, we're requesting 2 amended birth certificate, and it's an amended one because you're changing things on there. And I've enclosed the following: the certified adoption decree, copies of both of our driver's license, so my husband and my driver's license, copy of both of our social security cards, and the signed application. And then I said, can you please mail the certificates to myself? And I put my name, my address, if you have any questions or concerns. And I said, can you mail it to me? After I sent that and I priority mailed it, I then called and I spoke with a supervisor probably 4 days later. And I got this amazing supervisor. And I let her know that my husband was in the military because I'll let anybody know that will listen. And her heart was just like, oh, I will get this done as soon as possible. I think I had those birth certificates in probably less than 3 days. She was like, I'll take care of it for you. maybe 5 days later, I got the other two that I had requested originally. So, I mean, it was going to come anyway. But you have to make sure that you are on it, because these government buildings, I don't know what happens. You just send this stuff in and it just kind of sits there, because no one is going to call you and say, oh, well, we needed the adoption decree. Why didn't anybody tell me? Whatever. Just please make sure that you're sending in all the paperwork, because nobody's going to tell you. That's why I'm making this channel. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Next, passport application. This is not going to be for everybody. We travel, and we knew one of the biggest things that we wanted to do before she turned 1 was to take her on a European vacation. It was just something that we wanted to do just because that's what we do, and travel is like our passion. So we knew that her getting a passport was just as important as her getting her birth certificate. So as soon as she got the birth certificates, I immediately went down to the passport office, got the applications. Now with the applications, I also had to get the form that would allow me to do the interview and submit the passport applications without Kenny, because Kenny was out of town for work. So we went and we got her pictures done 3 different times, because I didn't like the first 2. And yes, I'm that mom. So when I got her photos, filled out the application, got Kenny's part of the paper that he had to sign notarized, because you have to get that notarized if both parents aren't going to be there at the same time. Then I also paid the extra fee to get it expedited. I think the normal turnaround time for a passport is like 6 to 8 weeks. When you have it expedited, it's like 10 days. So we paid to get it expedited, and we did her interview. They accepted it. We sent a copy of, her birth certificate, the adoption decree, our driver's license, copies of our passports, and the passport was here in about a week, and we went on our vacation. But again, make sure you have all your paperwork in order, make copies of everything, and follow up with people when you're dealing with these. And then again, really quick with the passport thing, if this is something that you want to do, because I do know a lot of you travel, when you submit the passport application, on the receipt that they give you, they will give you a link. And because if you are deciding to have it expedited, I know a lot of people aren't traveling right now because of COVID, but if you are still traveling, they will actually give you a link that you can go, and it will tell you, and it will also come in your email, that'll tell you when the passport office receives your application and your paperwork, and it will let you know exactly where the passport is as far as tracking to get it to you. So every day I was tracking it, and it let me know that it was going to be here in about a week. So all that stuff to me was seamless, besides the birth certificate thing, but that was, taken care of quite quickly, and we were able to go on our trip with no problem. So if you guys have any questions about that, or have ran into any kind of roadblocks with any of those, please let me know in the comments, and I will answer any of your questions. So I would like for you to go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already to this channel, and turn on your notifications so you know when I have uploaded new ones. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.